What's going on, you beautiful people? It is amazing to be here with you guys today, man. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. In this video, we are going to talk about why it is so important that we dive up into the Word of God. So for a lot of us, it is a little bit tough to dive up into the Word because we're like, how are we going to make time for reading our Bible? How are we going to make time for doing this? We got work, we got school, we got entrepreneurship, you got this stuff that you want to grow in, you got family that you want to spend time with, you got TV shows you want to watch, movies you want to watch. How are we going to, like, for myself, I felt that too. Like, how is it, like, is it going to actually be worth it? To be honest with you, that's what I was thinking at the time. And I think a lot of us kind of think that sometimes. Like, is it going to be worth it? It's just like, I'm just going to put this off to the side. I'll read a little bit here and there maybe, but it's hard to justify making time for it. Now, this is something that we talked about in my Bible study. I'm in a Bible study with a lot of older guys, about 50 plus, and they're very, very knowledgeable in this stuff, and they help spread some light on it. And I want to share this with you because it's just something that really shows us the importance of this. So in our Bible study, we were talking a little bit about Psalms. And in one of the Psalms, there's people talking about how much the Word of God has done for them. One of the psalmists talks about how it's like literally honey pouring out of his mouth. It's just so good. He just feels so great about having the Word in his life, having it in the meditation of his heart, setting his heart in that. And he just talks about how great, how much it has kept him at peace, how much it has kept him in joy, and all that stuff. And it's so great to hear that because, for me, I always wonder, like, what is it that we can get to with going to the Word of God, growing in the Word of God. And just seeing how much joy that this dude had for that, it was just incredible. And it just had multiple people talking about it. David talks about it. All these people in the Psalms talk about how great it is to have this guarding their heart, protecting them in their times of trouble, and having it be that thing that can get them out of that stuff. And one of the guys was talking about it. I brought up the fact that, at the Bible study, I was sitting there and I brought up the fact that, like, it just shows us that it's like worth it to be able to put our time into this. And one of the main guys, Dan, who is the leader of it, he's kind of said that he was saying, for him, one of the things that he started doing is actually putting his Bible study at the beginning of his day. He would do that at the beginning of his day because he realized how important it was. And we have no idea what we are going to get into for the rest of our day. We have no idea if we're going to get pimp slapped. Oh, I can't do a good slap. But we are going to get pimp slapped when we step out our door. We are going to have all these problems, people coming up to us. And he said it's so important for him to set it at the beginning of his day. So for me, that made me realize, for one, I want to do that. But for two, how important that is for myself too. Because when I was going to that Bible study, I hope I'm not outing myself by putting this on you. I hope I'm not going to I'm going to get freaking arrested or something. But when I was going to this Bible study, I had to drive like an hour and 15 minutes to this Bible study. It lives over there where my girlfriend's at. So I was driving over there, and normally when I drive over there, it's very calm. I'm not really worried about anything. Everything's all right. It's just like I'm chill, driving on the road, listening to my podcast, listening to whatever I'm listening to. But this time, halfway through the drive, I'm driving, and I realized that I just got my driver's license renewed, and when I renewed it, they cut it in half. They gave me a paper one to have until the new one comes in, but this paper one, I left it at my house. I did not take it with me. So all of a sudden, I started freaking worrying. I started actually getting a little bit worried. Pretty damn worried. I'm like, oh shoot, I really hope I don't get in an accident. I don't get pulled over. And all of a sudden, I started looking at all these freaking cars up around me, and I started thinking, like, oh shoot, this is something I'm a little bit worried about now. And it just changed it completely. But the thing was, right before I left for that, I was reading. We have like a little booklet that we do for our Bible study, and I was reading about the Psalms and what they were saying about how it gives them help in times of trouble. And I started reminding myself of that. And it brought me back to remembering that God is going to have me no matter where I'm at. I started saying I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it allowed me to get back into that peace. It allowed me to get back into that joy and that hope and that just the gratitude for life, that even if I did get into an accident, I was going to be completely okay. So that is why, and that is such a reason why it is so important to be able to dive into the Word, because it just gives us so much peace, joy, hope, no matter where you're going. It is the armor that you're walking into every situation of your life with. And it's even in the smallest moments too, man. Because when I was driving back, this morning my stomach started feeling kind of weird. I started like balling up in knots. I don't know why. But I'm driving, I have like freaking hour left on this drive, and my stomach starts like knotting up. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to finish this drive, man? Like, I started thinking about, I had to go take my brother to school in the morning, so I couldn't just like pull off and wait or nothing like that. And I'm like, my stomach freaking hurts. Like it feels like this is gonna like, oh, this feels nasty. I hate this feeling. But I started chanting to myself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I start chanting that over and over and over again. And I start just like really like believing that. Like I can do this. I could do this. I know I could do this. I started imagining myself pulling into my house, and it was just such a joy knowing that I can do it. Like I could do this. I could do this. And I ended up like, another like 30 minutes went by, and then it finally went away. But it felt so good. It felt so good having that in my life. Anytime I go to a place where I'm feeling a little bit anxious, I'm able to chant that to myself, and it's so damn powerful. It is the best thing that we can do with our life. It is the best thing that we can do for any situation that you can go into. And I really hope that you start to dive into that, man, because it's going to help you in any situation that you're in, anything that you have going on in your life, any problem you have. It is going to be the source that's going to keep you at peace, have joy, have love, have compassion for people, have all that great stuff, man. Have an absolute enormous amount of confidence. I'm wishing that upon you guys. I'm wishing that, and I'm wishing blessings upon you guys every single day. I love y'all. Hope y'all are having an amazing one today. Love you. Peace.